Hello. Well, it is 5:34 in the morning. I'm up really early in the morning on account of not having gone to sleep yet. Now, I haven't programmed this late for months and months. And actually, I stopped about a half an hour ago having a drink and yes, it's 5:30 in the morning, so I'm quite tired, but you can decide if a half an hour drink is more or less responsible. I know a lot of you like to play that game. I believe it's a drinking game. I've been working hard on the cluster features. So I have a new page. So, I'll just go over here to groups. And I will show you. So, this is the, actually also I changed the home page so that, it shows the groups down here. You can see I have 5 groups I've defined. And I think I'll go through them. And also how the group features work. If you go to one of them, this is not alphabetical. I was supposed to fix that. Well, there's a couple things I was supposed to fix. I mean, the main thing I wanted to fix, and the reason I'm up so late trying to fix before I made this video, but I sort of wanted to for sure make this video wherever I was the ability to transfer group caretaking responsibilities. There's a role. You can't own a group. The group can be usurped. You don't absolutely have an ownership of a group you create. But when you first create a group, you are its caretaker. And I want to make it possible to transfer that responsibility to someone else. And I have a perfect example with the epilist, not only for obvious reasons, but for a very explicit reason of I directly took the list of users from a video that Impermantent made. So that group, as far as I'm concerned, the only reason it wasn't literally made by Impermantent was because I didn't expose that feature. I've had to spend a little extra time on the on this feature because I did a quick and dirty thing to show you some groups, but that wasn't the real system, not at all, because the simple idea of a list is it's intended to keep it simple, of a list of users or whatever in any set is you just have a list. A database is fairly straightforward. You have a database with a list of elements. There's various ways to do that. But I want to have lists where you select a trust network and you might see a modification of the list. And yet there's still this caretaker concept of somebody that creates the list and, and may, in a lot of cases, be its sole caretaker. And anyway, I didn't get that done. So let's look at the list a little bit. Now, the way this works is, I'm going to go alphabetically. So let's just start with the book culture because I know it's very short. So the book culture is Professor Anton and To Be Serious. There's got to be more in there than that. And this reminds me that I've left out a cluster I wanted to do with Hannibal Barca, the Skeptical Heretic, and a few names I solicited from Hannibal Barca. Maybe it was just one other name, I forget, of Hannibal Barca. And this is a group which, if Hannibal Barca has the time and the inclination, I would love for him to manage. I totally would trust him to manage. No, not the book culture, but this other group that I forgot to create. As far as the book culture, I only came here. This is the most recent 7 vids of each of the 2 members of the book culture. Really, I came here to show you this new link This is the way to get to it through one of the group pages, to customizing the group view. That brings you to this whole new page where over here are all of the users. Not users of my site, mind you, but YouTube users. And here is a list of the current groups. So let's go through the groups. Well, I don't know, 539 now. I mean, I made all this software tonight, so, whatever. Well, not entirely. Some of it was done. So let's just go through the groups I did, and I'm going to try to use that as a way to describe how the group features work. So there's this drop-down list, yeah? Let's go to the book culture. As I said, that list there is alphabetical. All right, advocates for the culture of books. Now notice that the group caretaker is Piero, and for purposes of this demo, I have logged in as my VidTool user. So I'm not the caretaker of this. Let's say that I believe Hannibal Barca should be in this group. Well, I forget. I think there's a number on his name, so let me look at my subscriptions. I know, this is going to be a pain. I always do this. Looks like that's it. Looks right. Yeah, Hannibal Barca 13. So let's say I personally, now don't get confused. I know it says Piero here, but right now I'm VidTool. Should have done it the other way around. And I think Hannibal Barca 13 should be in this group. Hannibal Barca 13. I'll just check the name. 2 N's and a Barca 13. Excellent. So he is also a book culture member now. But look, see how it's dashed lines? That's because this is my personal list. Somebody else is still gonna, like a new user to the Phiclub or the Tile Lab site. They're gonna see what Piero, that bastard, says is in this group. Now another thing I'm gonna do, like tomorrow in the next couple day time frame, hopefully, is the caretaker will be able to see all the people other users have added to the group. Now, the advantage of this is, let's say I want to check on people that, advocate books. I'll go to this recent group activity thing, and, I'll see Hannibal Barca. Most people won't. Right? Well, right now, nobody else will, actually. Just VidTool will see Hannibal Barca in this group unless, somebody else specifically adds him. But in the long run, it's going to be a trust network thing. If Hannibal Barca is on my I Trust Him network as my family, friends, or philosophical, academic advisors, whatever, then I can share this with that person. Somebody might trust my additions to this list. But mostly, for right now, you should just worry about the fact that it's for myself. It's because I think of him in the book culture. Well, except for that I don't. So, I'm going to... to fix that tomorrow. See, I was trying to select it, and for some reason this stupid thing doesn't select. Well, what if I go and refresh it? Let's say I refresh this. I'll fix this bug tomorrow. Can I select that now? Oh, great. Because I don't really want him in that group. So I remove him. Okay. These are people that advocate for the culture of books. Now, other people will be able to add to this group, and the caretaker will be able to see that. Now, what I would like is people that are in the group will have a chance to take over caretakership. To be serious, if you want to take this thing over, make it something good. Okay, yes, to me it's a little bit, double-edged there. Okay, Ephesus. This doesn't have a great description because I'm going to turn this over to Gary. Like I said, the list was from a video of his. Maybe, certain people don't belong. And actually, I think I already removed 2 people in here. Yeah. So, oh my god, it's Chris and Darwin's hamster I've removed because I don't think they're... But most people will see them when they come to this group. So all I said here, because I want Gary to rewrite this description when I'll finish the transfer of groups tomorrow, that's a pretty sure thing. I mean, it's not too hopeful. I mean, I think it's pretty doable. I just didn't want to do it at 5 when I realized it wasn't the quick thing I was thinking. It's medium. Couple hours. 5, that makes it kind of undoable. All right, now it continues to get interesting. News services. Well, I know there's more than those. I mean, but those are 3 I watch a lot. So I added those. So if you notice, you can select these things and they go red because when you select them over here, pretty much it's just to delete them. You can also select other things and add them. No reason to add Darwin's hamster to the news services. If you show the recent group activity, well, like normal, you get the last 7 videos of each of them. And if you want, you can see more, and so on and so forth. The next one is semi-urged, part-time work, vaguely, and forced groups, because that's how all groups are. So why can't I take people that don't want to be grouped and group them? Who am I missing? Who of you are semi-urge? Okay, here's the description I chose. Semi-urge is a vaguely defined idea that life is not necessarily good and not necessarily bad, but is a combination of how it is when we get here and what we make of that. The terms general... Oh, that's terrible with the apostrophe there. The term's general meaning as a term for... What the hell? That's terribly written. The term's first of all, there should be no fucking apostrophe. Oh no, there should be. I'm sorry. That's correct. The term's general meaning as a term for a philosophy of part-time work. That's still a terrible sentence. I'm going to log in as myself and change that in a second. Okay. We also have universities. These are universities that are good to subscribe to. I mean, I have all the important schools plus Harvard. What is there to say? They're pretty much all in California, except for MIT, and I don't know why I put Harvard in there. I don't know, charitable. Obviously, people might want to add other universities. And the caretaker will see what you've added and maybe add them. That's the idea. Lots of interaction. So to create a new group, we have this little box up here. Let's say we want to create interesting personalities. Boom. There you go. Okay, I think that Von Helton is an interesting personality. I think Onision Speaks is an interesting, I don't know if you want to call it a personality, but whatever it is. And who else could we add in here? Egalitarian. That's interesting. Yeah. Oh, and Spike. Bravo. What is it? Defense? That's a good one. Ooh, we don't know about. Oh, maybe it's Nick Bravo. Ooh, I hit it. Okay, so there's a good little channel owned by 5ed Tool. So you see how that works? I think that's all of them. Yes, the other thing. Well, that's not sorted well. What the hell is that about with the blank space in the middle? That's crazy. Well, I have a little bit of cleanup to do tomorrow. And then the other thing is it'll probably be a while before there's something really noticeable, directly noticeable, but it should get more robust, but also just for the admin stuff. I have to, and for people, and I have these custom pages and stuff. But, let me log out, and if you are a member of a group, you know what? I'm going to log in as the same person I was, just to prove how pointless it was to log out. So let's say go over here. Are you kidding me? How did that message come back? Okay, so I just created this. I want to create the description. See, when you are the caretaker, these extra controls show up. See, that doesn't work yet. Okay, but edit description does, and I'm going to say these are interesting persons. And I'm going to be able to highlight that and change the font to Comic Sans and the font size to, is that big enough? Let's say 24 point. And I don't like a regular font over here. We got to do something weird there. Like Arial Black. Okay, let's save that. Propose. It'll tell you that in the near future, the group members will vote on it, so watch out. There we go. These are interesting persons. Okay. Then I was going to log out. And I'm going to log back in as Piro. Let's just put this over here for a second. It's almost 6. Groups. Oh, that's crazy. And so I'm going to go to the F list here just to show you, see, if you remember from before, so oh my god, it's Chris wasn't in the 5ed Tool one, and neither was Darwin's Hamster. Well, they're still in this one, because this one hasn't screwed with the basic group members. So I also like, look, see how it fades in? It doesn't just click in, it fades a little bit. That's cool. That's jQuery, you guys. Use that J. So I already showed you, but when you do edit a description, it does bring up a WYSIWYG HTML editor, which is pretty cool. See, with the GUI, and you can go into the HTML source if you prefer that. So I mean, that's cool. Come on, what do you want? So what else? I don't know. This shows you how YouTube works. I deleted that a while ago for this demo, and it just hangs around on various replicated servers, showing up or not if it wants, for hours sometimes. Did I do something that made that not happen? I don't think so, because I checked the database already. Okay, well, I think I'm going to play around a little bit with a couple more groups and stuff. So let me show this. So if you have a lot of F-lists up here, there's a bunch of those guys, and they make up a bunch of the list right now. So if I select all these, it'll automatically select in there, and it fades, and then you can add. Could write down that bug I found, but sometimes it doesn't work. Okay, oops, if you press on that link, it'll go to their page, just so you know. Ooh, this was really cool. Why does Gary get someone to make a sculpture? No fair. Okay, alright, so that's the group. So you can go to this address here, tilelabappspot.com. Oh wait, that won't do any good. You're not an admin user. But you're going to go to this part and see the beginning of it. And you can make new groups now. If you go to the group site and go to customize groups to create a new group, all you got to do is type in the name here like I did. Ding, ding. All right. Cheers.